What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another exciting episode of That's Random Podcast. Once again, I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G. I'm your guy, that guy, the one and only. Let me say it like that because I am him, he is I, Nerdy G. Listen, first time stopping by, thank you for tuning in. Returning, welcome back. Keep on coming back. I got more for you. And I'm not the only one here. I told you that. Red Cup episode, brunch chicks, snack time with Nerdy and friends, and much, much, much more. Keep on watching, tuning into the channel. It is what it is. Listen, gotta get all this good old stuff out the way at the beginning because, hey, that's what you guys like. Listen, like, subscribe, share, all that good old stuff. And then, of course, just keep coming back. Listen, there's going to be merch popping up all over throughout this video. Go get some of that. Go get you some of that merch. Help support the channel, and we'll keep this content coming and keep it pushing. And by the way, the merch is fly. It's one of a kind coming out of this man's mind. Okay, it's not just merch. I want you to take this. It's premium wear. Okay, I ain't using the cheap shit. I ain't selling Gildans. Okay, this is comfortable wear stuff that feels rich. Okay, and I'm giving it to you, wholesale. You know what I'm saying? If you know, if you've been out there, you know how to move that work. That's what I'm doing. I'm moving this work. You know what I'm saying? Clothing. Okay. This is the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. I'm going to say that. Today, if you guys already know what time it is when the polo's here, you know what time it is. Uncle Nerdy is here. I do not have my blinders on today, but guess what? It's okay. We don't need the blinders. I can see, and I'm going to be able to help you guys to understand where I'm coming from today. And where I'm coming from today, I'm coming from a point of relationships, all of them. And this is the building foundation of ships, relationships, partnerships, business ships, courtship, anything with a ship on the end of it. We finna talk about it because I think this is something that is very important and that needs to be talked about, be brought to light, because not everybody has the opportunity, or not everybody is given the opportunity to know how to properly set up a good foundation on building relationships. It's reality. Okay. Therapist is going to tell you it starts at home. It starts from when you're a baby and how relationships are started and how they're built and how they will continue to evolve as you mature in life. Some of us don't mature. And when we don't mature, the way that we handle our relationships ain't the greatest, ain't the best. And it looks nasty. And we see that we see some of that stuff play out on TV, on reality TV. And you be like, what's wrong with this person? Who hurt you? No. The question is, who didn't teach you? Nobody. Some of these folks ain't hurt. They just ain't been taught, and they think that this is the right way to respond to everything. Some of these folks be ready to pop off, right? And then they be wondering why they don't have nobody at the house who want to love them, because the first ship that you're going to learn is the most important ship, right? It is going to be that special how to build a friendship. I don't know what the correct term is, because the relationship that you have between your parents, if they were there, or whoever cared for you when you were a baby, that's where the first relationship begins, because even the baby has to trust you. As a baby, your instinct to trust a person comes when that person does something. There's like a give, take, or whatever the case may be, and then the baby starts to trust you. And hey, I know I want to be in this person's arms and not that person's arms, because this person over here smell like Coke 45 and Funyuns, and you over here smell like cookies and milk. So I want to be with the people who smell pleasant like cookies and milk. If you notice, some people in life, when they get around funky people, their faces frown up and they immediately find the exit left, right, up, down, Jose, even press start. That's what they do. Probably a trigger from their childhood that they're totally unaware of, and that's fine. and that is totally fine. We're okay with that, but we gotta work on that, right? So there's gonna be some triggers that are built in before we can even remember. The next part is gonna be building these foundations. Start with whoever you were raised around. If they are introverts and they don't have friends coming around, you don't see them interacting with other people, you don't get a sense of how to do it. Some people are TV babies, and when they watch TV and they see this quick version of what and how relationships are supposed to be built, those are just like clip notes, but it ain't the full. So when you don't get to say, well, how did y'all get to that point? Well, that was a commercial. You know, we went to Bounty, we went through Target, and we went through some commercial about ED, and now we're like, what the fuck? And here we are. Cool. Things like that happen, but it's okay. Your parents, whoever raised you, if you don't have siblings, you're kind of at a disadvantage, because if you're only child, that means that your parents have to be what your siblings possibly could have been to you. You gotta have like some cousins that come over. If not, then you kind of playing at a disadvantage. Hopefully, if you ain't got no cousins, hopefully y'all having some type of play dates out there. Okay, I hope y'all are having some type of play dates. Okay, I'm hoping that y'all having some type of play dates. But that's just that. It starts there. The people that you see, whether you want to believe it or not, you're going to pick up things from people that you see. You're going to take bits and pieces, and you're going to build your personality and how you move about in this world. Not everybody's going to pick the right bits. Not everybody's going to pay attention to the bits that they should be picking or that they need to be picking, because you have those folks who just don't care to build a relationship with anybody. They don't get attached. They don't get attached. They don't seek out new communication. They don't try to go and say, "Hey, Billy, my name is," or "Hey, sir," or "Hey, ma'am, my name is." They're not going to do that. I'm guilty. Being in this space, you would think that I'm not, but I am. I'm guilty of this. Listen, here's the thing. I look different. I look a lot of different from what I did when I was in high school. And so there are people who may, from my past, may come up and say, "Hey, aren't you so-and-so?" I'd be like, "Nah." Straight up, nah. I'd be like, "Yo, a lie." I was like, "Yo, I just, nah." Sometimes if I'm in a fun mood, I'll be like, "Nah, man, I moved here like a couple years ago, man. I've been getting that a lot." So, I guess whoever dude is or whoever buddy is, you know what I'm saying? He must have been popular or something like that. Wink, wink. But that's just me fucking with those people, right? But it's not that I don't want to talk to them. It's just that I don't want to talk to them. You know, the way I grew up with relationships with myself, right? With the way that the relationships were formed for me, I can honestly say that when it comes to people outside of my family, I'm great at building relationships. You say, "Nerdy, what the hell are you talking about?" Because you build relationships with people outside of your family, but building relationships with people inside of your family, that's the tricky part, because you feel like, hey, I have to be around this person because this person is in my family. Of course, when we was growing up, they didn't give a shit. They just stuck us all together and y'all figure it out type deal. And you knew if you mess with that person or not. Me, a little bit smarter, um, a little bit more aware and more observant of my surroundings. And I did take a long time ago, I took into account how people moved. And if I didn't like the way that the person moved, whether you're my family or not, I just didn't associate myself with you whatsoever. Or I didn't pay you no attention. You can talk to me. I would answer your questions, but that was about it. So, of course, if I one word you, one answer you, quick responses, and don't actually try to engage with you, that just means that there's something that you did that I'm not fond of, and I don't feel I need to put myself around you. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person in this world that does that. There are a ton of people in this world that do that. But that comes from my upbringing. That comes from the people that I grew up in watching around me. You have to know how to build a solid foundation when it comes to these ships. What is important to you when it comes to any ship? For me, it's going to be integrity. That's going to be the first thing. You know what I'm saying? I need that integrity. I need for you to be able to show me that. I need to be able to trust you. Okay? What I'm going to need to know is that you know how to have fun. I need to know that you know how to laugh at yourself. I need to know that you are able to hold yourself accountable. I need to know that you're not going to be a leech. It's just reality. That's just me. That's I'm telling you, that's me. That's my brain. That's the way that my brain operates. That's the way my brain works. But building a solid foundation, it's up to you to say, okay, what is important to you in your life and what type of people you want to have around in your life. But understand that, hey, what do I already have built into me when it comes to relationships? Do I keep on finding people that try to fuck over me? Do I keep on running into people or attracting people that just want to come and, be here for the moment? I know everybody say there's a season for the reason or a reason for the season and everybody not going to be around. Well, however that saying goes, y'all correct me in the comments, please. But the reality of that is once you identify what type of people you keep on attracting, you got the choice to make the change on that, right? Because there's something that screaming about you that says, take advantage of this fool, or this is a party animal. I'm not really going to have a relationship with this person. We're just going to party and there's going to be no substance here. It's just I'm having fun with this person. We don't talk about anything personal. We're just here to have fun and nothing else. And that's it. You have to understand that about yourself. You have to know what foundation that's already kind of like been given to you. And you don't get to know that like right off bat. It takes a little time for you to get there because you're going to go through some shitty friends. I promise you're going to go through some shitty friends to begin with. Some of us are lucky to find a group of friends that we all balance each other out. But for the most part, you're going to go through some shitty friends and you only have to get them the fuck out of there. Okay. But even finding the balance of finding out, okay, this is my foundation just for a friendship. The way that you are in friendships, solid, is going to help you to prepare for your romantic relationships. Because you hear a lot of people who've been married for decades, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They'll say that that person that they married is their best friend. I want everybody to ask yourself right now, if you're in a relationship, you don't have to be married, but if you are in a relationship right now, romantic relationship with somebody else, can you look at that person and say, this is my best friend? Or I can see this person being my best friend, because I know some of y'all just started dating yesterday or last night or this morning. Hell, depending on, y'all probably listening to this and going to be dating each other after this. But ask yourself, do you believe that this person is or can be your best friend for a lifetime? That's where you want to start. Because if you have that great base of foundation as a friendship where y'all respect each other, where there's no questions about loyalty or integrity, and how you guys like to say 10 toes down, standing on the business, and all of those other things. If you can sit there and say, oh, I have no question about this person, then that's fine. If you don't trust a person, never ever marry that person. Never ever keep that person around. The moment that you say, I can't trust this person as a friend, you get rid of that person. You remove that person from your life. That's what you do. That's the reality of this. Why keep somebody around that you cannot trust? Why keep somebody around when the values of what you value in a based foundation of your friendships, if they don't check those boxes for you, why keep those people around to cause some type of chaos or cause some type of damage to your structure as you as a whole later on in life. Maybe you can scave, maybe if you're not in communication with them every single day, things will be different. That is a possibility, and that is totally fine. But understand, how you move in your friendships will help dictate how you move in your romantic relationships, your business partnerships, even in business, even when you get to work, the way that you work the room and everything. And some people say, oh, this is just business. We separate. That's why we don't do friends and business. True. You don't mix friends and business, but at the same time, what you mix is that foundation. You take that friendship foundation, you apply it to the business relationship, but you cut out all of the, personal stuff. Some people in business want to be friends. They want to feel like they can be your friend. You can take the feeling of making them feel as if you can be their friend, but you have to keep it professional and you have to keep it business. And that's where in your friendships, no matter what relationship it is, that's where you set your boundaries. So even your partnership, your business partnership, you have to set that boundary. So I'm bringing over this foundation where I enjoy having fun. I enjoy a good conversation, laughing or whatever, but I keep my personal here, so you won't know about that. But I can also bring over the feel of, if we weren't business partners, we can be good friends. And that works. Some business partners do end up turning out to be good friends, X, Y, and Z, sorta. You know what I'm saying? We know that some people just there to fake the relationships. A lot of fake love going around. You do a lot of favors for a bunch of people, but then in the back of your mind, you knew that you was going to have to kill them one day just because they just seemed so shady, and you gave everybody a number one. They went number one because of you. They, what else? They really wasn't there without you. They needed your package. They needed your stimulus package to get them over the hump and make them a little bit more popular. Neither here nor there. I may went on a tangent right there, but if you know, you know. But back to this. Things change, things happen, and when you're looking at the friendships, the relationships, the foundation, how you set those, once you realize how the world sees you, and once you realize what type of people that you attract, it's all on you to say, now let me make these changes. I know this is what was given to me, or this is what was bestowed upon me when I was a child, but now I need to make some changes. It's okay to make some changes. Change is good. All right. Change is always good. No matter how you think of it, it is good. And it helps us to evolve. It helps us to be better as people. Okay. And I know it may be tough, because sometimes, some people have a great impression on us, and we roll with that. And especially if that person meant a lot to us and they leave this world, we try to hold on to them. So if a part of our personality is like that person, we're going to do our best to hold on to it. And if that is based in your foundation of how you see relationships and how you deal with things in life, it is just that. It is just going to be that, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging for you to try to break out of that mold, to be able to be welcoming, to be able to love thy neighbor, to be able to say, these are my boundaries in friendship. These are my boundaries in a relationship, a romantic relationship. This is my boundaries in business. This is my boundary in leadership. You have to set those boundaries, but you have to be aware of what it is you yourself attract and how people see that, what they see from you, what you give off. Know what it is that you give off, so that you can say, okay, hey, if this is what you're saying, this is not it. What I want to say, listen, at work, I'm professional. We can laugh. We can joke about football. We can talk about the weather. We can talk about X, Y, and Z. But when it comes to my personal life is separate. I just want to be business. This is business. Here, I'm going to give you, like, hey, if we got to a point, or where we came to a point where we didn't work together, whatever the case, there's a possibility that we can be friends, then yeah, that's something that we lay out there. Other than that, here, the boundary. This is the box that we stay in. Some people say, well, you got to put us in a box, nerdy. Easy. Men are waffles, women are spaghetti. Men like boxes because we get to compartmentalize. This is work. These are my coworkers. These are what I do with these folks here. That's it. That's all. When I get over here at home with my buddies, we're in the garage, we're drinking beer, we're talking shit, we're placing bets, all the above. I can let loose. That's that. If I want to rip one, I'm a rip one, okay? That's it. That's all. That's how that works. Same thing when it comes to side chicks, fuck buddies, the others. You have to set boundaries on those relationships. You have to know where you stand. Once you start blending those things, your foundation begins to crack. And once your foundation begins to crack, you are ensuing and letting in chaos. And once that chaos comes in, it's going to be on you to fix it. It's going to be on you to try to rebuild and reset boundaries. But because you've let those boundaries just kind of, that's on you. Listen, y'all know I'm not here to beat a dead horse, so y'all know what it is. Uncle Nerdy is about to get into some music. YouTube, y'all know y'all not getting this. We'll be right back after this, and we'll go from there. Okay? So I hope you guys are ready. I'm just going to tell you that. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this is the closeout. Y'all ready here? Y'all made it, and I hope all of you guys made it to the closeout, and here we are. We're going to get right into it. Listen, friends, foundation, the way that you are in relationships. Make sure that you understand how you are in relationships. If you need to recalibrate your foundation, it's okay. Go look at it. Take a look and see if there are some cracks. Go ahead and fix those cracks before you start getting into these relationships, any type of relationship, because it's all going to start with that foundation, right? Maybe the foundation that you were given as a child wasn't the greatest. Maybe it wasn't, for today's time, because we have evolved. Look at it. Take the time. Understand. Make some choices. If you see that you keep on having the same type of people that try to be your friends and y'all are cool for about 3 months and then y'all fall out, listen, you need to reevaluate that. The people that you bring into your life and say, hey, these are my friends, are they there for you the way that you are there for them? Do you feel like these people are closer to you than some of your kin? If they're not, are they here really truly for you? Are they here because the lights are here? Are they here because they want their own applause? They have their own agendas. They're trying to leech off of you because they see or they feel that you're popping. Listen, you have the choice. You have the brain power. You have the wherewithal to say, you know what? You're right. A lot of these people who want to come around me, they want to be my friends. They want to be my friends, or they try to act as if they are my friends. They're not my friends. Right? Only tight circles, no squares. You have to figure that out. It's cool. You can cut people out of your life. It's fine. I do it all the time. When I see that there are underlining agendas, you might say, well, Nerdy, I'm not where it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter where you are at in life. I want you to understand you have something of value that people will see and they will gravitate towards you and they will try to suck that out of you. Not in a positive way. But you have to understand that it happens. And you just need to be aware and keep those people away from you. Those people don't belong in your life. Sometimes one bad season can wreck it for the next few seasons. Rebuilding ain't easy, but it's possible. All right. Listen, this is That's Random Podcast, the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. I am your guy, that guy, the one and only Nerdy G. And until next time, listen, I'm out.